Good afternoon, everybody. You are looking live. Frederick Douglass Field, downtown Newark, New Jersey, on the campus of Rutgers, Newark. Welcome to our live coverage here on Raider Vision of softball and our NJAC game of the week. This will be our second NJAC broadcast. Back on Tuesday, the Lady Scarlet Raiders from softball, they dropped a pair to Montclair State. It was quite a pitcher's duel in game number one. Umlauf succumbing after pitching 5 strong innings to Montclair State. The final in that one was 3-0, and in game two, more the same as Montclair State went on to win 5-0 behind the strong pitching from Bella Busey at Montclair, and for the Scarlet Raiders, they lose game one after Sage Rizzi delivered 6.1 innings without allowing a run. But onward and upward, everybody. A non-conference matchup today between the visiting Hunter Hawks, who play in New York City as part of the CUNYAC Conference, and Madison Umlauf in the circle for Rutgers Newark. And we are officially underway, and Hunter leads off with a clean base hit in a center field. And that's the leadoff hitter, Olivia Palumbo, the 5'4 senior out of Staten Island, New York, and Tottenville High School. And she gets into second. Was that a throwing error? Yeah. So, throwing error against Rutgers Newark will put Palumbo on second, which will bring up the number 2 hitter for the Hawks, number 20, Paige Whittelek, 5'6 senior out of Ballston Spa, New York. And the put away made by Claiborne for the first out of the inning. Hunter comes into this ball game, as we mentioned, part of the CUNYAC with an overall record of 5-13 on this season, a 3-1 at home, 2-12 away. They are led by Paige Whittelek, who's batting .361 this season. And a slow roller. Again, it's to Claiborne. Good for the second out of the inning. And taking third was Palumbo, and she's safe. A heads up running by Palumbo. So 2 away. And that'll bring up number 9. Nicole Bowe, 5'4 senior from Levittown. Sonia Rosales Rosenthal grounded out for the Hawks. And the comebacker straight to Umlauf. Look at Ms. Smooth in the circle. She snagged that out of midair and just dropped it like it was nobody's business. We'll call that the Umlauf mic drop. Yeah, we're done with this first inning defensively. Let's get at it in the box. And Madison Umlauf, speaking of which, our starter today for Rutgers Newark, comes into this ball game with a record of 1-6 on the season. This is her 11th appearance, I should say. Her counterpart today for Hunter College, getting the start for the Hawks, is Isabel Thumhart, number 10. Thumhart, freshman, 5'5", out of Long Island, Massapequa, Holy Trinity, to be specific. High school alum of Holy Trinity. And Isabella is 2-5 this season. This is her 10th appearance. She's pitched just over 47 innings in 2025, has given up 73 hits, 58 runs scored, 40 earned runs, 34 walks, and 13 strikeouts. So Thumhart, one thing that stands out a little bit, impressive strikeouts, but the base on balls at 34. So we'll have to keep an eye on the control of Thumhart as she gets underway. Rutgers leadoff hitter steps into the box And that will be Kristen Kloss, the all-everything freshman out of Blue Point, New York. Man, this is a firecracker of a player. She has hit the ground running here at Rutgers Newark. And that's going to be a ball. Kristen Kloss batting .343 with 35 at-bats. 10 runs scored, 12 hits, 1 RBI. And a lefty Kloss, always a lot of fun to watch. Brings a ton of energy. She looked like she might be trying to go the other way with that one, as Kristen often likes to spray him around, depending on what she sees. And the pitch, slow roller. Kloss always looking to use that speed, but not in time. Good hustle by Kloss. But the put away, good for the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up at number 2. That's Mariah. And that's outside, ball 1. Remus McManus this season. Mariah batting .421. This is her 39th at-bat. She's collected 16 hits to go along with 5 doubles, 12 RBIs, and that's going to go foul. If you're just joining us, everybody, Rutgers taking on Hunter College in this non-conference matchup on an overcast, muggy day. Yes, I said the word muggy. It's been very cold for most of our games here at Frederick Douglass Field. We'll take it as long as the rain holds off. Got a lot of short sleeves out there, which is nice to see. And that one's fouled away. The one thing the Scarlet Raiders got to do a better job out today is leaving runners on base. It's several bases loaded situations against Montclair State. But tip your cap to the starting pitchers for Montclair State back on Tuesday. Madison Umloff, as we mentioned, did well in limiting the Montclair State offense in 5 innings of pitching. She allowed only 3 runs on 6 hits and a walk. She was relieved by Emiya Aquino. Pitched 2 scoreless innings. Certainly 2 games that Rutgers could have taken. Tough generating offense. So that's going to be one thing we'll keep an eye out on today. See if Jackie Davis can get creative out there and strategy-wise try to play a little small ball if need be, but doesn't need it there, as that's a solid rope into center field by Remus McManus, who's aboard with 1 away. That's just a good, solid base hit up the middle. Yeah, you know that feeling? Have you ever held a bat in your hands in softball or baseball? That just sounded great right off the jump. So good job, Mariah. We like it. Mariah has stolen 4 bases this year. She's perfect 4 for 4 on the base paths. So keep an eye on McManus. And a leader in that category for the Scarlet Raiders with 7 stolen bases. As we mentioned, the speedy Kristen Kloss. Well, if you're the head coach for Hunter College, that's certainly a player the Hawks will have to keep an eye on. And along with their new head coach, Mike Fisher, congratulations to Mike in his first season with Hunter College, assisted by Bree Palermo. Hunter College located on the Upper East Side of New York City. And that's ripped through the gap between short and third for a clean base hit. And Rutgers jumping all over Isabella Thumbhart here in the bottom of the first. It's a good sign, folks. They could use a breakout game here today. They've been close. And it's the that's in there for a strike to Josephine Morales. And Morales in the hole early here at 0-2. Two nice pitches from Thumbhart. Maybe Thumbhart settling down here just a little bit. Good sign for the Hawks. Infield at first and third are playing in, but Morales, a clean base hit in his center. Rounding third, coming home. Throw not in time as McManus comes across with the first run of the ball game, and it's 1-0 Rutgers. An RBI single for Josephine Morales. Maddie Hack rips that one foul, the number 5 hitter today. Maddie getting the start at third base out of Matawan, New Jersey. The runners on first and second. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. Thumbhart gets the sign. And the pitch. Oh, another solid shot into center. And reeling back to make the catch for the Hawks was Palumbo. A great job by Palumbo. That one got out there in a hurry. Second out of the inning. And that'll bring up number 9, Kalina Fiegel, the sophomore left fielder today. 5'9" out of Wallington, New Jersey. Fiegel fourth in batting right now for the Scarlet Raiders at .342. 4 RBIs, a chance to collect another right here. Fiegel golfs that one foul. Likely swing out of ball there, but a pretty good pitch by Thumbhart. And the right-hander deals. Rip foul. Fiegel just a little out in front of that one. And the pitch, Fiegel reaches out. Grounded to short, Fiegel. Good hustle, but the put out for out number 3, but not after some damage is done here by Rutgers. They lead 1-0 after that RBI single from Josephine Morales. Folks, we'll be back with second inning action right after this. Rutgers won 100-0. And we're back here live at Frederick Douglass Field. A check swing foul. It's number 10 leading things off here in the second for the Hawks. The pitcher, Thumhart. Thumhart batting .200 this season. 30 at bats, 6 runs and 6 hits. And Claiborne is there. She's going to have to hurry. And the throw in the dirt, and it'll get past the first baseman for Rutgers Newark. Houseneck. Normally we see Houseneck over at third, and today she's getting that started first. And on that throwing error, Thumhart takes second. So Thumhart is aboard and now in scoring position. The head coach for your Rutgers University Scarlet Raiders is Jackie Davis, assisted by Maeve Connolly, Kelly Yusko, Rob Kochanski, I should say, Kochanski, and the graduate assistant is Caitlin Price. That's inside, as we do have a pinch runner to report. That's a Gracie Puello. A 5'4" freshman out of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. And I'm guessing Puello got some wheels. She's in pinch running, looking to tie this thing up. As number 16 for the Hawks, Janice Hernandez, the 5'5" sophomore out of the Boogie Down Bronx, New York, is now at 3-1. And that'll be fouled away. So at 3-2, Umlauf takes the sign. And that's going to be inside, ball 4. So Hernandez draws the walk as Puello stands at top second base, and that'll bring up Adriana Ramirez, the 7-hitter. Ramirez starting at catcher today, 5'4" out of East Rockaway, New York. Ramirez now at 0-1. Low. That's a good pitch there by Umlauf. Ball just started to drop, bottom out a little bit, as Ramirez was able to get a piece, but she's in the hole now at 0-2. And the pitch from Umlauf, ooh, off speed, just misses. The 1-2, and that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Puello briefly hesitated, but that will load him up. And a clutch base hit by Adriana Ramirez. And that'll bring up the 8-hitter, number 18, Jessica Fowler, 5'4" senior out of Middletown, New York, Pine Bush High School. Farisi comes out to talk to Umlauf. And we'll run through the other defensive players at the minute for Rutgers. McManus starting in left. Houseneck at first. Isabella Middleton, the DH. Umloff, of course, in the circle. Morales catching today. O'Brien in right, Fiegall in left. Kloss at second, Claiborne short, and Hack is at third. That's going to be high and outside. And Fowler, slow roller to Claiborne, who comes home with it. It hits the runner. And that is going to be a run scored. As grabbing at her back is Puello. Yeah, got her hurt, especially in that upper back area. Oof. Vulnerable spot right on the shoulder blade. Hopefully Puello's okay. So Claiborne opting to go home, and you see how close these infielders are playing right now for Rutgers. Looking to go home again to get the force. Didn't work that time, and we're all even at 1. It's Fowler on first. We'll get credit for the RBI on the fielder's choice. And that throw over the head of Farisi, and a second run will score. Janice Hernandez makes it 2-1. Alex, on a play, that second run is that first run. Is that an RBI for 10, right? Even though it's a fielder's choice. All right. And Jackie Davis now coming out to talk things over with Umloff and the rest of the infielders for Rutgers. Will be back after this 30-second timeout. And again, we now go to the top of the order with Olivia Palumbo stepping into the box. Olivia was a CUNYAC All-Star and Rookie of the Week a couple years running in 21 and 22. Gosh, that seems like a long time ago. At Tottenville High School, she earned the PSAL award. She's currently in the Macaulay Honors College, majoring in psychology. She is the daughter of Olivia Palumbo, so named after her mom. Very nice. 2-1 the score, and the pitch is low. And no outs with the bases loaded, as Hunter's already gone up here in the second inning, 2-1. So Umloff and the Scarlet Raiders have their work cut out for them. And that's inside. Palumbo to Claiborne. Claiborne's going to have no play, as it's a slow roller. And it's now 3-1. And that'll bring up Paige Woodalek. Woodalek ripstaff foul. Paige Woodalek out of Boston Spa, New York. A biology major at Hunter, and that's outside. Sociology minor with plans to become a veterinarian. Very cool. And that's ripped foul. At Boston Spa High School, upstate New York. I believe that's in the Albany area. She was a four-sport varsity athlete, member of the New York State Class AA softball finalist team, and a part of the Suburban Council Leadership Award. Also National Honor Society member. She's got a sister, Peyton, who plays softball at St. Mike's College in Winooski, Vermont. Shout out UVM, Burlington. What a great school St. Michael's is, if that's the same one that I'm thinking of. Could be another. Don't know. I'm going to roll the dice, though. Say it's St. Mike's in Winooski. And that's going to be ripped into center field for a base hit. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. And it's a 2-run single for Whittelek. And it's now 5-1. And Jackie Davis just here in the top of the second inning. Maybe we might see a change here, folks. And indeed we will. So Madison Umlauf comes out of the ball game. We will be back to tell you who's coming in for relief. It looks like it's going to be number 31 for the Scarlet Raiders. And that is Soncia Hughes. We'll have more about Soncia in just a moment. We'll be back right after this. 5-1, Hunter with the lead. And back here live here at Frederick Douglass Field. Madison Umlauf has been removed from the ball game, as we'll take a quick look at Umlauf's numbers. Umlauf faced 9 batters. 1.1 innings pitched, gave up 3 runs, 3 earned. No, that would be 5 runs, 3 earned. 6 hits and 1 walk. We got to hit refresh here on this. See if that updates. We're going to update our stats real quick. A bit of a delay. But either way, Soncia is into the ball game. Hughes is 1-0 this season. It's her 5th appearance. 1.2 innings pitched. She's given up 4 hits, 5 runs. Walked 5 and no strikeouts yet this season. That would be a good time to take care of that stat. That's just outside. I mean, just outside the zone. Soncia, just a freshman out of San Antonio, Texas. 5'8" out of Clark High School. I'll be thrilled to see Soncia get her first K of the year of her collegiate career. And that's a high fly ball in the right field. And the sacrifice by number 24. Rosenthal will be good for the RBI as number 21 crosses home. That's Palumbo to make it 6-1. Hawks. And that'll bring up Nicole Bowe. Bowe out of Levittown, New York, batting cleanup today. Still just one away, runner now on third in scoring position for Bowe. And Bowe, a grounder to Claiborne. Claiborne fires over to first for the second out of the inning. Scoring is number 20 for Hunter College, a Whittlek to make it 7-1. And that will bring up a number 10 5 hitter and the pitcher, a Thumbhart. Well, what a difference an inning makes. 7 runs here in the second for the Hawks. And Hughes, beautiful pitch by the freshman. And that's flared down the left field line. Check out the motion of Hughes. Remember, you got to keep that foot on the ground, and she slides that back foot behind her, almost kind of like a bowler. It seems to be working. See that? Boom. It kind of goes behind that lead left foot, and a grounder to house neck for the third out of the inning. So nice job by Solcia as she comes in and does a terrific cleanup job. A couple of runs, though, 7 in total. Umlauf is out. Solcia Hughes now has the task of holding it down as Rutgers will come up to bat here in the bottom of the second. They trail 7-1 after a huge offensive output by the Hawks here in the second inning. We'll be back with more after this. Gabby Farise is aboard after a throwing error by Hunter. So Rutgers now with 1 aboard. They trail by 6. Slowly start chipping away. Alexis Claiborne with her first AB today. Count now at 1-0. Outside. Claiborne batting 77 13 at-bats, 1 hit on the season. And there for a strike. And the pitch by Thumbhart, it's a beauty. Claiborne swings over top. It's 3-2 to the Rutgers shortstop. Inside, ball 4. There he goes. The first 2 batters aboard for Rutgers, and that'll bring up Houseneck. Thumbhart in a bit of a jam here early in the bottom of the second. Houseneck batting .440. Gaudy numbers. Her 26th at bat. She's got 11 hits, 9 runs scored, a couple of doubles, and 3 RBI. Outside. Only 2 strikeouts this season for Houseneck in 25 at bats. Likes to put the ball in play. Yeah, that's what you really saw Hunter do in that top of the first. Just kind of get the bat on the ball and see what happens. Claiborne had a couple of tough ones to run in on. Everybody safe. That's Houseneck now at 1-1. Ooh, nice pitch by Thumbhart. The ball gets away from the Hawks catcher momentarily. Ramirez doesn't panic. Holds the runner at second. So Houseneck now at 1-2. And Houseneck stays alive. Going to have a full slate of games this weekend here at Rutgers Newark. We'll have live coverage for you all weekend long. And the 1-2 from Thumbhart was fouled away by Houseneck. Yep, so our coverage will continue tomorrow. Baseball doubleheader against Ramapo. That starts at 3:30. Saturday morning, it'll be baseball doubleheader versus TCNJ at 11:30 a.m. And Sunday, scheduled 12 p.m. first pitch for softball versus Brooklyn. Houseneck with a grounder to short. And she beats it out. And bases are loaded with no outs for the speedy freshman, Kristen Kloss, the leadoff hitter. This kid makes things happen. Houseneck on first. Claiborne at second. Kloss always puts the ball in play, but coming home for the force was the second baseman. That was Woodalek, heads up play and a strong throw to get the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up number 2, McManus. It's over for a called strike. McManus 1 for 1 today with a run scored. The lone run for the Scarlet Raiders. Looking to change that right now. Big opportunity for McManus with the bases loaded. And that's outside as Thumhart wastes one. Count now 1-2. Hunter looking to turn two here. And the 1-2. Oh, chest foul. Man, that was close. That would have scored at least two. I'm telling you, Rutgers has been so close. Mariah way up in the batter's box. Outside, good eye from the sophomore. And the pitch. That's going to be popped up. Oh! And there to make the catch. Janice Hernandez, who struggled a little bit with that fly ball, mile high. Plus, you throw in the wind and these overcast skies, and easy to lose the ball. But credit Janice Hernandez, number 16, to make this for making the second out of the inning. And that is roped into center field by O'Brien. Claiborne scores. Houseneck scores. And that's a two-run single for Keelan O'Brien. And it's 7-3. Rutgers get two back here in the bottom of the second. O'Brien again with another huge clutch hit. O'Brien with her 23rd hit of the season. That leads all Scarlet Raiders. And O'Brien takes second. Kloss now at third as the runners move up for number 7, Morales. Foul ball. This is the out for the game. No, it's not refreshing. Showing the walk, Morales. Oh, I got you. 7-3 the score. Rutgers now have loaded the bases with 2 away. Maddie Hack ropes one. Foul down the left field line. Maddie, the number 5 hitter, getting the start at third base today out of Matawan, New Jersey. Maddie 0 for 1. Oh, nasty pitch by Thumhart. Changeup. And Hack in the hole at 0-2. Hack got to dig deep here. We're just in the second inning, folks. Already 10 runs scored in this one. And the 0-2 fouled away. representing the tying run in the box, and the 0-2 from Thumbheart. High and outside. And ball 2. The only home runs this season by Rutgers were off the bat of O'Brien, Morales, and 2 from Destiny Maury. And that'll be a base hit. 1 run scores as Kristen Kloss comes home on the base hit, RBI single from Morales, and it's by Hack, and it's 7-4. As Rutgers now trails by 3. So clutch hit, especially at 0-2. Tip your cap to Matty Hack. That was a tough at-bat. And the grounder to short is good for the 3rd out of the inning. As Feigl ends it here in the 3rd. We will head to the top of the 4th inning, but not before Rutgers gets 3 back. It's 7-4 as we head to the 3rd inning. We'll be back after this. Janice Hernandez will lead it off here in the top of the 3rd inning. Hernandez with a base on balls and a run scored, flies that one out to right field. That's what Bryant is there for the put away. 1 away for Solcia Hughes, who's off to a quick start here in the 3rd inning. Ramirez, 1 for 1 today with a run scored. Takes that low ball. 2-0 to number 5, Adriana Ramirez. And the fastball's high. Or the riser, as we'd like to call it. Ramirez draws the walk. Well, 1 away. Hunter's got 1 aboard for number 18, I should say, Jessica Fowler. The senior takes ball 1. Fowler 1 for 1 today. with an RBI and a run scored. Swing and a miss. And the media studies major will fly out to right field for the second out of the inning. There for the put away, Keelan O'Brien made that look routine. One thing I've noticed this season overall defensively, Rutgers have been great. I think they've already made 4 double plays this season. A little more dialed in. It's that offense. But they broke out of a 2-game no-run slump here today. They trail at 7-4 here in the top of the third. And Elizabeth Thompson in the box. Thompson out of Sound Beach, New York, and St. John the Baptist. Strike. And the 0-2 off speed is fouled away as Thompson stays alive. Yeah, he fouled away. Oh, and it hits Thompson. That one caught her in the back. Thompson will take her base. Runners now on first and second with 2 away. And that'll bring up a leadoff hitter, Palumbo. And Palumbo to Claiborne, who fires over to third for the force and the third out of the inning. So nice job by Soncia. Hughes here in the top of the third. We'll head to the bottom of the third inning. Rutgers coming up right after this. bottom of the third inning. Farisi will lead it off for Rutgers. They trail by 3. Trailed by as many as 6. And Thumhart deals off speed. Farisi sharply hit, bobbled, and the throw not in time. As that one off of Bo into the glove of Fowler. And by that time, Farisi had it wrapped up as she stands atop first base. Leadoff batter is on. And we will see a pinch runner for Farisi as Jesse Boyce comes in. And that'll bring up Alexis Claiborne. So we're ready to go after a bit of a delay due to a conversation out there on the field. We got a pinch runner at first. And off to the races is Boyce. Slides hard. She gives the flex. I love it. Stolen base for number 11, Jessica Boyce. And for Boyce, she's now 7 of 8 on this season. And stolen bases. Claiborne, wow! Clean base hit up the middle. And the speedy Boyce is going to have to hold it third on a strong throw from the center fielder, Palumbo. But look at Alexis Claiborne. Nice work. I'll tell you, Alexis Claiborne, she is so sure-handed in the field with just her second hit of the season. But, man, she's got a good form in that box. She's going to maybe break out of that little mini slump at the plate. And look at Claiborne with the stolen base. Claiborne dialed in today for Rutgers as the tying run at the plate. The bat in the hands of Marissa Sneck. So Boyce the runner at third, Claiborne at second. Hausneck now at 1-1. And the 1-1, low, ball 2. And a nice job by Ramirez. Keep the ball in front of her, especially with that Boyce ready to bounce at third. Pounce, I should say. Bounce, I don't know. Boyce is strong on the base paths, that's all I know. Oh, Hausneck with an odd swing. She kind of pulled her head out. And it just caught a piece of the bat going right to Thumbheart for the first out of the inning. And we got our leadoff hitter back up, Kloss. You know, Kristen Kloss gets on base. She makes things happen. Owen Kloss, base hit into center field. An RBI single for Kristen Kloss as Boyce comes over to score. Kristen Kloss, excellent job. Clutch RBI single to make it 7-5. The comeback continues. And McManus now for Rutgers. McManus has a RBI, a run scored. Ooh, that was closer than I thought it was. What a throw. He's got a rifle of an arm. Of course, I'm referring to Adriano Ramirez. Man, risky too with that runner on third. Ramirez confident. Got a laser over there keeping Claiborne honest. And the 1-0. Oh, that was pitch that had a lot of movement on it. It's out of the zone though. 2-0. Thumbheart deals, and that's poked in a shallow center. The throw home, it's off the mark. Claiborne scores. And it's an RBI for Mariah Remus McManus to make it 7-6. McManus doing her job with the sacrifice. Arguably, the best hitter on this Rutgers team is now in the box. As Keelan O'Brien swings away at that first pitch. She's aggressive at the plate for sure, but situation like this, hey man, make her pitch to you. Interesting how Keelan, now that back elbow's up now. And Keelan ropes it. A seeing eye base hit. RBI single for Keelan O'Brien. As number 18, Kristen Kloss comes across to tie it up at 7 apiece. And the comeback is complete here in the bottom of the third with 2 away for Josephine Morales. Wow. 6 unanswered for Rutgers, and it's 7-7. And that's a call. Strike catches the corner as Morales, who's 1 for 1 today with an RBI and a walk, looks to keep this hit parade going for Rutgers. Ripped foul. Morales goes the other way. There for the final out of the inning. The right fielder, Joanny Galva. And not before some major damage done as Rutgers comes back and ties it at 7-7. We will head to the 4th inning after this brief timeout. Well, we could talk about it on the air if you want. Back here live at Frederick Douglass Field in the top of the fourth inning. Rutgers with a huge bottom of the third to come all the way back to tie this thing up.
Whoa.
And that'll bring up number 20 for the Hawks, Paige Whittelek, arguably one of their best players, the senior out of Ballston Spa, New York. She's at 0-1 on the count. Whittelek 1 for 2 today with a run scored and 2 RBI. It's her third at bat. And Solcia takes something off of that. Joining me now, folks, doing a quick flyby to make sure we're all behaving. It's our athletic director extraordinaire, Mr. Mark Griffin.
It's a beautiful day for softball here in North John.
I'm telling you, man. I mean, we're record-breaking temps for 2025 season.
I mean, it was great coming back, walking in on that last inning, but it's warm, it's overcast, it's not too sunny.
Well, I might dare I say the word muggy?
It's a little muggy, but
that's the humidity.
It's okay.
Oh no, it's great. We're usually bundled up pretty good here. Count now 3-1 to Whittelek. Oh no, it's Thumhart. I'm sorry. Did I say Whittelek?
Whittelek?
No, it is Whittelek. My bad. Paige is at bat. It's count now full at 3-2. So, Mark, full slate. I was telling our viewers earlier in the broadcast, we're going today, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday.
We don't know.
What's the latest? I heard weather's created havoc in the office today.
Well,
as Whittelek draws the walk.
Our baseball and softball coaches across the Northeast become weathermen and weather women this time of the year. They're all experts. We're following every weather app we can find. And as anybody who's looked at the weather.com has seen, the next couple days are going to be chancy and in-and-out rain. And we just try to adjust as quickly as we can on the fly. Tomorrow, we were supposed to play baseball on the road at Ramapo today, and their grounds guys were not going to be able to get their field ready, so we now moved it to a doubleheader tomorrow at home at our Weequahic Park facility.
Sonia Rosales Rosenthal 0 for 1 today. So that was originally, Mark, supposed to be just one game?
Just one game.
Okay.
There on Thursday, our place on Friday, and the coaches got together and said, we need to get this in because we don't want to be backing stuff up. Softball's on the and then baseball scheduled to play College of New Jersey in the doubleheader on Saturday, which would probably get bumped to Sunday.
Oh, because when will we know about that? We'll just
probably Saturday morning.
Shoot me a text, will you?
I will, and then
or I'm giving you a bill.
Softball is scheduled to go to Stockton on Saturday. Oh. And if that gets pushed on Saturday, it would go to Sunday.
Well, then we would have a conflict, though.
And then our non-conference game with Brooklyn College would get canceled. So there's a lot of moving parts.
Different scenarios. This sounds like we need a bracketologist.
Well, I was up
to go through
at
this.
7:30 this morning. I was on the phone with our baseball coach talking about the Ramapo situation and scenario A and scenario B and scenario C, and if they'll do this, we do that. And there's a lot that goes into it between the officials, coordinate the officials, coordinate the bus transportation, and then coordinate our staff between our athletic trainers and our support staff here, Leonard Hewley and his crew, and then also our new sports information director, Jalen Everett, event. And hopefully we put it all together on the right page and we get a good outcome.
And the 3-2 hit directly to Claiborne for the first out of the inning. Whittlake had taken second on the wild pitch from Hughes, but a big first out here for Rutgers.
And then, need I also say we got to make sure we got John Heffernan online so we can switch him from game to game to game to game as
That's
it gets
right.
moved around.
I'm ready, willing, and able, Mark, which brings us to Tuesday. We've got some exciting news. The CVC, arguably one of the best Division III volleyball conferences in the country. We will be hosting round one of the CVC postseason tourney, Mark, for men's volleyball. That's Tuesday at 7 p.m. for Aiden Albrecht and the guys. Does that sound about right?
That sounds about right. I just walked out of the dome, and they're in there practicing to MIT this weekend as a little warm-up for the conference tournament. And then Tuesday at 7 o'clock, it all starts, playing Drew University, who we just beat, what was that, 2 weeks ago, John?
Yeah, it was a tough match.
Tough match was an understatement. I looked at the pregame stuff, and they were like 4-21, and I walked in, and I think I said to you, no, you weren't there that day. I said to Aiden in between games, is this the same team?
I wasn't at the Drew game.
Maybe you were, but
that was the one that went 5, right?
Oh, it went 5. They played really good.
And that's going to be a base hit up the middle, and holding it third. And the runners now on the corners as Rosenthal, Bo with a base hit.
And you know, John, if you're trying to keep your scorecard straight, we also have Kane at home in softball on Tuesday, too.
That's right. At of course, a doubleheader.
So
Rosenthal on third, Bo on first, and that will bring up the pitcher Thumhart with just one away. Runners on the corners. We're all even at 7. A big at-bat here for the freshman Hughes.
But to be honest with you, ooh, Nick, get that. Boom, bang one.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, she dropped it.
That was close, John.
So close. Mark, we turned 3 double plays against Montclair State. Did you know that?
I did hear that we played outstanding and
they ran into a couple of buzzsaws and a few really good pitchers, Rizzi being one of them.
And I think
and Bell's name Biusi.
Montclair's usually a pretty tough ball club, and
we could have won either of those games, Mark. I'm telling you right now. We loaded the bases up several times. Left at least 12 runners on.
Miss Stadelman did indicate that we had some runners left on base that day.
But Hunter going ahead now 8-7, Mark.
It's early, John.
Here in the top of the 4th inning. Sure. I know, but what was it? Oh, right. So close to a double play, Mark.
We got this. Well, ball in foul territory, John. 2 outs.
And Hausneck getting the rare start at first today, Mark.
Well, you got to shake things up sometimes, John. Hunter's a non-con.
Different places today. But almost an inning-ending double play, but the bobble at home by Farisi allows the runner to score. Hunter back up on top. The air continues. Not a pitcher's duel today, Mark, as we've scored 15 total runs. And we will have more for you.
John, before we take a break, I don't know if you were planning on that, I need to give a big shout out and thank you to you for emceeing our Hall of Fame banquet on Sunday. I think the affair was it was special.
I agree.
And I think the 7 inductees had a great opportunity to come back and relive some of their memories and their successes here. One being Kelly Yusko, our assistant softball coach,
she
right
was
here on the field.
She was funny. She was nervous before she was telling me.
You know, it's funny. They all 7 of those student athletes. I remember them coming in as they say, young and dumb freshmen, and then growing up into some serious people as they graduate from us. And like you said, Kelly, who doesn't need to be nervous about anything, was nervous about the questions, wanted to get them in advance. That's good prep work on her part.
I said, Kelly, you're going to have to hire a PR person to send me the questions. No. But listen, nerves aside, just to see how happy everybody was, all 7 of our recipients from the 2025 class. That's the Rutgers Newark Hall of Fame, and that's a foul ball.
John, these bats are hot today.
They are, especially with, like, the humidity and stuff.
Hey, do we have any of these rocket bats that the Yankees are using?
Well, listen, I was going to ask Aiden when he heads up to MIT, maybe he can steal some torpedo bat secrets.
Or torpedo bats, not rocket bats, torpedo
Well,
bats.
They got all sorts of names now, Mark.
Oh, look at this. Get in there.
Oh.
Get in there. E. That's
and
an
it's
E.
underneath the glove of Jessica Fowler. Mark, circling back to the Hall of Fame, I just, since we were talking about it, was, once again, just give credit where credit's due. Matt Broomall for soccer, Ashley Canny, track and field, Juliana Ceballos, women's soccer, Cody Chidsey, men's volleyball, Hubert Duel, men's soccer. I really like that guy, intense.
Quiet.
Yeah.
I told Coach East after, that may be the most I've ever heard him talk.
John Snow, men's bat. What a nice guy he is. And the aforementioned Kelly Husko, who we have standing to our left.
On first base.
I'm sorry, standing to our right, Mark.
First base.
That's right. We got Jackie at third and Kelly at first as the coaches. And that's
overthrown to center field.
A high throw.
To third.
So a couple of errors in a row, Mark.
You got runners on the corners. I like this, John.
As Rutgers, Mark, threatening here in the bottom of the 4th with no outs, runners on the corners. And you know who's been dialed in today?
Who's that?
Well, Gabby Farisi is up to bat, but Claiborne has looked really good today. Just her second hit of the season, but it was a big one. Let's see what Farisi can do.
No outs, runners on the corner, John. Good time to put one up the middle. Ooh, ball 1.
Farisi, Mark, 0 for 2.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, aggressive base running. Everybody's safe. And tying it up.
We're sleeping, and Coach Davis and Coach Usko on the bases had her going. I like that, John.
That's number 16, Brooke Hilton, who came in as a pinch runner, Mark.
All right. We're back to even. Oh, look at that, John.
Farisi is seeing eye base hit. I don't know, Mark. You send her there? Farisi on the throw takes second.
Hey. Somebody have them change the board. Somebody tell them to go in the board. There it is. I think it's 9 now. No?
What is it? It's 8-8, right? Okay. And now Claiborne, who we talked about that big hit in her last AB, has an opportunity here, Mark, with no outs to do some damage. 2 runners in scoring position. It's a nasty pitch there from Thumbhart. So, Mark, we covered Hall of Fame. We covered some of the scenarios this weekend. We talked a little bit about volleyball. How does Rutgers get into a position to host CVCs? That's strictly based on record?
It's based on regular season
Ball
record.
gets past the catcher.
There's 9.
And the go-ahead run is scored by number 9 for this. And the wheels coming off for Hunter in this inning. As it's like 2 different teams for Hunter. They've made some uncharacteristic defensive blunders, as it happens. But it's allowed Rutgers to take the 1-run lead. looked like.
John, as much as I like a pitcher's duel, I kind of like it when we hit the ball around the park a lot here.
Right. And then, you're not here to midnight, though, like the rest of us. No, I'm just joking. When you got, no, it's, of course, very exciting. Oh, another off-speed gem from Thumbheart. Down goes Claiborne on strike.
Will be probably tomorrow.
Okay.
Or if not today, about ticketing for the CVC tournament.
Oh.
There is an admission fee.
Wow. Did not know that.
I just got some confirmation on that today. You have to register and buy your tickets online.
Well, what are we? We're going to get a little resale market. Might have some scalpers out front.
It's something we've done in the CVC for a number of years.
Yeah,
now.
No, it makes sense.
It's something we've toyed around about doing with our regular season games. We've held off on it yet because the big push, I guess, is to stop dealing in cash coming out of COVID. But
oh yeah, right.
So it's somewhat annoying, and probably for some of our more senior folks, unfortunately like myself, sometimes whip your phone out and make the purchase online and walk right in. So
right. Well, that sounds convenient.
Yes.
I mean,
so
for a postseason tournament.
And John, not that we need your services, although it would be interesting.
Oh, house neck.
Get that. Yeah.
That handcuffed house neck just a little bit for the pop out to short.
Monday, annual golf outing.
No way.
From the fall to the spring.
Ooh, that's breaking news.
It's official. One of Jalen's first duties.
Oh, that's going to be a base hit over everybody's head.
They didn't respect her, John. They came
and
in.
Rounding second.
She's got 3.
Coming to the third with the head for a slide. I got to tell you, this Kristen Kloss is quickly rising through the ranks as a rookie here in the New Jersey Athletic Conference. A head-first slide triple for number 18. Man, Mark, you look at the size of Kloss. She plays with a ton of heart. Not the size of the dog in the fight, size of the fight in the dog. She gets on, things happen. Great kid. Wow.
John, we've had a lot of student athletes that
and that's roped to deep left field.
I guess the Hunter.
Kloss scores. McManus round second stumbles. She's going to have to get back. Oh, my gosh.
There's a lot of disrespect from Hunter's outfielders coming in on us, John. I don't know.
They're playing so shallow. McManus says, really? Let me show you what I got.
I don't know if the Hunter staff got the memo about us bringing our bats today.
Well, Rutgers has busted out here in the bottom of the fourth.
So, John,
and it's now 11-8.
Monday. Do you play golf at all, John?
A little bit. Not very much, to be honest.
It's a fun day in the neighborhood. Monday, May 12th, Herring Glen Golf Course out in Ringgoes, New Jersey. I think it's the number 2 public course in the state. Very impressive.
I'm gonna mark this down, Mark.
Okay.
The 12th Monday. What is this called?
The annual Rutgers North Golf Outing, athletics golf outing. Benefits to our individual athletic programs. There's a direct donation for the foursomes to each team that has people sign up, and golf, and then dinner, and you out of there. So
hey, listen. Why don't we get Johnny Heff in the mix? A little. How about a little live auction, a post golf or a longest shot, something to
We have there'll be a number of contests, but as I've tried to.
Oh, that's roped to the left for a base hit.
Oops, stop.
So
stop.
O'Brien pushes the runner McManus over to the third, and Rutgers' best hitter continues to produce as Keelan O'Brien, another hit today. The runner's now on the corners.
The goal for our outing is for people to come, eat, enjoy themselves, play golf, and go home. So we're not going to drag this out, John. I know you want to get up there on the podium, but if you'd like to come and participate, we would love to have you.
O'Brien now 3 for 3. Well, I do appreciate that invite, Mark. I'm genuinely grateful for that.
We've had we've had great luck with our outings and weather. And May 12th, it's a phenomenal facility, super friendly, easy to work with people, and a super fun course. And it's a scramble golf, so I mean, you don't have to be the greatest golfer in the world. You can come out and shank them into the woods and then putt. It's not a problem.
Well, that makes it a lot much more appealing for the likes of me on the links. Not my forte. O'Brien advances to second, Mark. Now runners in scoring position. There's 2 of them out there for Morales, who's at 1-1. Off speed is
John,
in there for the strike.
I would have swung at that pitch. That had me written all over it.
Yeah.
She had more restraint than I would have.
And put it in a perfect spot, Thumbheart. It's now 1-2. And that's right over.
Is that going to fall in the gap? It's going to have to be an E, and it's not.
And so the third out of the inning, the put away by the right fielder for the Eagles, Galva. But not before some more damage done, Mark. Rutgers takes the lead. Some key hits. They are up 11-8 as we head to the 5th inning. Do we have anything else, or do you want to take a quick break?
Let's see here. We've got our annual. What's that?
What about the Sports Awards dinner
I was
this
about
year?
to say, we have our annual Sports Awards dinner on Tuesday, May 7th.
Okay. And is that it for the whole semester?
No, it seems like it never ends. And a big shout out to our track and field program, they're only in week 2 of their outdoor season.
Oh, right. They're going to be going till late.
Yeah, they'll go probably 2 or 3 weeks past the.
Wow.
We normally do our awards banquet early May, the evening between our 2 reading days, so that our student athletes don't have too many conflicts.
What about I don't know, you and I, Mark? Any thoughts on traveling down? Well, speaking of traveling, I was thinking we could do some track and field in May, but not more importantly, but postseason importance.
Okay.
Right now on Rutgers Newark volleyball. Lots of try to get a broadcast in.
If
I know we did that last year and it was great.
John, if you're available, we'll send you along as soon as we.
But did we talk to anyone, or we're not sure?
I don't know who to talk to yet. We didn't win on Tuesday yet.
Okay, I see. That makes sense. Wait till you get the W.
I will be on the phone probably Tuesday evening after the match at 9 o'clock. Doing what I do best is talking to people and getting you on the broadcast.
Okay, I would love to go. How important is it for you to send one of us down there?
Well, if you
TBH,
if you want to go, John, I can't because I have to leave for a conference at 6:30 on Saturday morning. But I don't know. It's the first game is 5:30. Second game is 7. It's a 6-hour ride. I don't think there's any way I can pull it off. But if we do get there, we are going to do a big watch party in the Dome with the big screens. Yes, we are.
Now you're making me feel guilty if I can't go.
Free popcorn for everybody.
Ramirez now 2 for 2 after that base hit. That'll bring up Fowler.
John, we need a 3 up, 3 down.
Well,
here.
so you know what I didn't realize is we have Drew Tuesday. And I love talking Aiden Albrecht and volleyball because they're good. They're deep. They're talented. And then if we win, it will be Southern Virginia on Friday.
Unfortunately, the number 2 team in the country. But as I've said to Aiden, you got to win big, and that would be the.
Oh, that would be an upset for the ages.
Well, I think it sets the tone for where you're going at the end of the year. Many years ago, when I was back at New Jersey City, we got in the NCAA tournament in basketball, and we had to go down to Salisbury to play the number 2 team in the country, undefeated, and it was a big task, and the guys stepped up and they won, and we went on to the Final Four.
No way!
But we turned in 2.
There's one. What a beautiful play by Claiborne, though. You see the backhander, how smooth she was. Got the foot down. Strong throw to second. No hesitation by Claiborne for the first down of the inning. And that'll bring up number 15, Mark Elizabeth Thompson, who got hit by a pitch.
John, a little bird told me they're expecting a big rowdy crowd for Tuesday's volleyball game.
Oh, good.
Could be
all the Old Bridge kids will be here.
Well, not only Old Bridge, Aiden Albrecht's high school program and club teams, but there could be.
Yeah, this is big. This is big.
And I'll tell you what, Drew scares me because I saw what they looked like 2 weeks ago, and beating a team 2 times in 2 weeks is not easy.
They're good. They're good.
But you know what? Watching the other night over at Kane, us beat Kane for the NJAC championship, our guys stepped up big, and our 3 freshmen and Derek it was a new level. And I think they're coming together. I mean, as freshmen, but now they're seasoned freshmen because they've been here all year and they've learned from their mistakes. And it's time to do big boy things, not dumb freshman stuff. And I think we're there.
Derek Howe, perhaps his final appearance as a Scarlet Raider here in the Golden Dome, the All-American setter, is really going to have to put together, what Derek Howe does.
Yeah, it could be his last game here because after the CVC tournament, if there is an ECAC tournament, but normally we don't get enough teams put into play in the ECAC, so it could be his last home game here. And there's a couple players that are always seriously missed, and I think Derek's going to be one of those guys.
Oh, for sure. 2-2 to Thompson. And that's going to be ripped foul. Yeah, we get another look at Kaloje and Apito, who's graduating, and so many talented. Massimo Rocco, some of this Rutgers volleyball team. Fernando Solotki.
All kidding aside, field looks good today, doesn't it? I am so glad we put the artificial turf down for softball because with the weather we've been having, this would have been a quagmire today.
Just enjoying your the fruits of your labor, Mark.
It's a game changer for us. I'll be honest. We're pretty fortunate that we have full turf fields for baseball and softball, and as we joked about years ago, that's a sit down.
What a gorgeous pitch by the freshman, Hughes.
The second it stops raining, we start playing. So we've had great support from the university through the years, and that's what this is. This is university support here.
Can't say enough, Mark. Yeah, absolutely. About this freshman Hughes, she has been remarkable since taking over today for Umlauf.
I got to be honest with you, John. It's so early in to see her starting to step up because we had big high hopes going into the season with a pitching staff of 5 or 6 and freshmen. Sometimes this is not. I mean, and let's be honest. In high school, they're probably throwing against a lot of bad batters. Now they get on the college level and they're throwing against kids that can hit the ball. So they got to challenge themselves and step up their game. And I can tell you what, for the last, is that going to get?
That's a shot into the gap, Mark. 1 run will score. And an RBI double for Puello. No, that's number 21. My bad. That's Palumbo. The Staten Island product, not to be confused with Nicky Fatillo. Palumbo with an RBI single makes it 11-9 with 2 away.
But John, the last 6 weeks, the women in our softball program, I mean, like our baseball program, have been busting it inside, outside, in the weight room, kind of brushing up on everything that they've been working on so that when they got outside and they get the opportunities, you see performances like this. And I think our freshmen are just going to get better and better every single day.
Well, Hughes, the Clark High School alum out of San Antonio, Texas, Mark.
Whoa.
Don't mess with Texas, man.
San Antonio, Texas. That's where the Final Four is this weekend for men's basketball.
That's right. We got Duke. We got, who else we got? Miami.
Hey,
man.
You can appreciate this.
No, Florida, not Miami. Go ahead.
Our men's, they have all the coaches meetings for the.
He's there now?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The NABC has all their meetings and stuff, and Joe ran into our former PA now.
Doing there.
She actually is a huge college basketball fan.
That's flared in a right for a base hit. And rounding third, coming home. The throw's going to be late. And Mark, this offensive output explosion continues as it's an RBI single.
Not good.
Palumbo comes over to score.
So Coach Loughran told me that he saw Mrs. Haig wearing her McGuire University shirt, and then they had a great conversation about McGuire because, and I'll talk about it between innings. Oh, we got a little break now. So
just real quick, Woodalek with the RBI single makes it 11-10, and Jackie now comes in. Haig, right? He didn't die.
He did. He passed away 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago.
No.
Well, that's why he's not.
Before he died, Mark.
You know what? He did retire.
I didn't know he passed away.
He retired at the end of basketball season.
How did nobody tell me that?
Because
Jim Haig.
It was in August, so maybe.
This past August.
No, Haig, his wife Mary, St. Anthony's, and kept the book for St. Anthony's High School basketball for years.
Well, you know, I announced their state championship game at Fordham. Yeah, they won. So you're talking about St. Anthony's, Long Island?
No, St. Anthony's, New Jersey. The real St. Anthony's.
Sorry.
John,
sorry. Go ahead.
So through the years, and Mary works for the prosecutor's office in Hudson County. So every year, Jim and Mary would go to the Final Four, and they get hooked up with this group called McGuire Final Five. And Jim would bring me back a pin from my pin board in my office every year. And he told me the story, and I didn't believe it. And then through the years, I found out years ago, many years ago, probably 40 years ago or 50 years ago, when the Final Four was just kind of starting to pick up speed, there was a bunch of firemen in Chicago that were big basketball fans, and they wanted to get tickets. So
it's Sonia Rosales Rosenthal. Go ahead, Mark.
Oh, hold on.
Rosenthal fouls that one back.
It was back before the internet. So that puts it in perspective, probably in the early 70s. So these guys get together and they make up McGuire University. And they use the address of this local bar.
Come on.
And they apply for tickets through the NCAA for McGuire University, because at that time each school would get tickets to the Final Four.
This is epic.
So they literally make up a university. They make up a web page or something.
Well, what was the reason for this to get?
They wanted a bunch of the guys wanted to go to the Final Four. So they make this thing up of this McGuire University.
Oh, my gosh.
And for years, the NCAA keeps sending them tickets.
Come on.
They pay their little membership dues, and they keep sending them tickets. And
no way.
And then as, things get a little bit more public through the internet.
Right. As we become more and more connected.
Yeah. Oh, that's
going to be a double in the gap.
Shoot, John. That's not a good one.
And one run's going to score. A stand-up double for number 24, Sonia Rosales Rosenthal. That's her second RBI of the ball game, Mark. And number 25,
back to tie.
26, I should say, coming across to score.
So eventually the NCAA figures out that this McGuire.
Oh, no, Woodalek that was scoring. And that'll bring up, Mark, Nicole Bowe. Go ahead, the cleanup hitter.
So finally the NCAA figures out that this is a farce university, and they tell them you can't have tickets anymore.
No way.
By this time, and Jimmy Haig was a sports writer, so he kind of knew things like this. So then they formed the McGuire Final Five, and they're always the final fifth team in the tournament, and they would put together package deals for their members, and you can join their association.
I got you.
And on Saturday, none of them go to the game because they're banned from tickets. And they put together package deals for them at the hotel and stuff.
Okay.
And then they have a big screen TV in the room, and they have cocktails and food, and they all watch the game. And I believe they do the same thing on Monday night. But
Mark, the go-ahead run is at second.
We're going to shut them down right here, John.
For Nicole Bowe. And Bowe today has been impressive at the dish.
So if you look it up, McGuire University, it's probably what you're going to find on Google or whatever. But Jim Haig used to bring me back. They used to have T-shirts, and he'd bring me back a little pin. I think I have 5 or 6 years pins from the McGuire Final Five.
Wow. Someone needs to do a story on that. Bo takes for the ball. It's 2-1.
I think Haig wrote a story one year about it. But I just think it's funny that the NCAA would send them tickets for years, and these guys never got caught until things
it's like
became
a little glitch.
Oh, my gosh.
And that's going to be a –
ooh, stop her.
Is that a pass ball, Alex? Wild pitch. Okay.
Wild pitch.
Parisi got the glove on it.
Listen, we don't need to panic. We're going to take her right here and stop the bleeding, John.
3-1. It's all even. 22 runs have been scored. And we're only in the top of the 5th inning, Mark. It reminds me of, and that's a ball over the head of number 9 for the Hawks, as Bo will take her base. Runners on the corners, Mark, with 2 away. That'll bring up the number 5 hitter, the pitcher, Thumbheart.
John, I am so sorry I didn't tell you about Jim Haig's passing.
No, you know what? I'm trying to rack my brain. Since it's August, it makes sense, Mark, because I wasn't here.
It might have been early August. Nice service in Jersey City. I remember because two of my daughters went with me because they've known Jimmy since they were walking.
I didn't want to ask you on the air if you were able to go or not, just because I didn't want to put you on the spot, but it sounds like, Mark, you were there, and that says a lot about you. And,
it was,
And, Mark, 1 run's going to come across as Hunter takes the lead, as things are starting to fall apart here for Rutgers in the top of the 5th.
It was kind of a who's who in North Jersey basketball, the number of coaches I saw.
Really?
There. Oh, it was.
What else did he do?
Actually, Jim Haig went to Marquette University, and when he finished up at Marquette University, he came back and he was the sports information director at St. Peter's College for
oh wow, I didn't know that,
5 or 6 years, and he was a freelance writer for AP and for,
big man, big tall guy. You know, my first foray into Newark sports before I worked here.
You did that?
I did. I did it for like part of one season because I found this out after the fact, and maybe I don't know. Maybe
who did you work for?
Maybe I don't need to make this public.
What's his name?
There was who hired me. Their GM.
I know. I'm trying to think of his name.
I forget his name.
Great guy, actually. I was just
Rick Cerrone was one of the owners. Tim Rock Raines was the manager, former Yankee. We had Armando Benitez as one of our closers.
John Brandt was the GM. Is that who you worked for?
It sounds familiar. But do you know who I took over for?
No.
Jim Haig.
Oh, yeah.
And he wasn't happy about that.
No. Mr.
I knew none of the backstory. And that's a slow roller. Mark, I think everyone – oh, there it is, finally, the 3rd out of the inning. But not before Hunter takes the lead 12-11. Mark.
I do remember when Haig got replaced. Cause
I knew nothing about the Newark Bears. What I did know was the mascot at the time, a guy by the name of Phil. What was Phil's last name? I knew him from the Garden when I was announcing over there. He recommended me to
Newark Bears
and asked me to come over, and I did. And
somebody needs to write a book on the Newark Bears.
Yeah, it was like the Danbury Thrashers or whatever.
We did a community partnership with them for years and used the stadium after I got here. Marcia Brown in our chancellor's office worked with us, and we got a nice deal. So we used to play 1 or 2 games a year down there before I got here, and then all of a sudden we worked out this deal, and most of the credit goes to Marcia. And played all of our games in there for many years, and got to know. Give it to her. Oh, John, she could not have stretched any farther for that ball. Oh my gosh, that was impressive.
All right, so it's not 3 outs, Mark. It's now 13-11. So what should the board say, Alex?
Right now it's correct. They just scored another run.
13-11 Hunter. Get on those guys.
So this inning is continued. So how many outs are there?
Okay, so sorry, folks.
Some problems with the scoreboard.
Yeah, but they called that a foul ball, which should have been the third out of the inning, Mark. So it's now 13-11 with 2 away. It's on first and second as this 2-out rally continues for Hunter.
Get that.
Oh,
Nice
what
stop.
a catch!
Ho, ho, ho. John, I got to be honest with you. That stretch at first base, she was doing a split. She couldn't get any farther. And that jump catch there, those are the two most acrobatic moves back to back.
Well, it's Kristen Kloss again, who really
gosh.
is emerging as one of the best players on this team. She saves the day there, and Kloss putting every inch of her 5'4" frame into the air to make that snag and keep it to a 2-run lead for Hunter. We'll be back at the bottom of the 5th after this. We had a celebrity softball game. Sponsored by the team with Queen Latifah. One day we did that. We had. Can you hear yourself all right?
I can now. Nope, there I am. The North Bears were a great thing for us in the community.
Check.
Unfortunately, I think through some mismanagement and some overzealous get through.
Check.
You know,